let's add me. Let's remove the tomato. Bring on this tomato. There we go. Make sure we're a little level over there. I think that kind of works. It's not as level as it could be. We'll get rid of the music. We're good. Bring up comments. That's good. Anybody want to join us today? Any open comments? Happy to chat. I had the opportunity to speak with Gino Vitarosa yesterday, and that's regarding his event that he's got coming up here tonight with Sunrise Senior Living. It's a free event. You just go down there. It's in Port Washington, and it's a unique opportunity, actually. So, what the Sunrise Senior is doing what Sunrise Senior is doing is they're having a singing off key, on key maybe, but singing off key could be more fun the off key, and with karaoke. And they're raising money for one of the Alzheimer's groups. So the idea there is, since you have the karaoke, is that you get to nominate, sponsor one of your coworkers or a friend or anybody you go down there with, and have them sing. So in order for the money to be donated, they got to sing. It's fun. I went last year. I had a ball doing it. I brought the camera, did some interviews with a few folks. So that side of it, was great. If you are going to go tonight, so here's what you can expect besides the singing side of it. And if you can duck out of that, you could always make a donation. Again, the money is going to be supporting one of the Alzheimer's foundations. The but the networking side of it, at least since we're a little bit more on the business side of life over here, the networking side of it. So let's take a look at this. You've got Sunrise Senior and Gino. All right, Gino is very proactive. Bottom line, if you don't know Gino, you should. You go back at yesterday's interview on that one, or just look up Sunrise Senior singing off key. In fact, I'll put the link up for that one again over here. Why don't we just do that right now as that goes? But here's the story on that, and here's the story on so many other things that are coming up. Senior Sunrise. Let's type that one. Is the fact that Gino's proactive. I said that before, right? But given the fact that Gino is an active individual within the business community, in his case, his business community has more to do with seniors. If you have anything to do with seniors, or if you have anything to do with the companies that service the senior market, this is a good event to attend. And here's why. So they do have sponsors, and then that's probably done already with whatever the sponsors are. Yeah, I'll put up the link for the event tonight. I'll put that over here. So I'm sure that's kind of covered. Sure, you're right, Jack. You want to go and be a sponsor, you can certainly do that. I can't imagine them saying, "Oh no, no, no," but I don't know. I don't know what they get. I don't know how much it is, for the sponsorship or anything like that. I do know it's free to attend. All right. So Gino's very proactive within the business community. Always has been. He's focusing right now on the senior market with Sunrise Senior. All right. So what are they doing? One, always looking for people that are going to become residents of the place. That's the whole idea of them actually networking with those that service the seniors market. Who are the typical people, or I should say, who were some of the folks that I met last year at the event? Hey, Karen, good afternoon. So some of the sponsors were there, were your lawyers, the estate planning attorneys, that kind of thing. You had also the other big one was real estate. The Pellegrinos were there also, Windows on the Lake, so they had a connection with that one too. But the housing market, right? You had the senior real estate specialists were there. A couple of different lawyers were attending also, and then some of the more medical kind of companies. All right. So what about you? If you're working with the seniors, and the thing that I brought up yesterday, is the fact that, and I can tell you a secret, I'm now, in the 60s category. Senior, I guess technically we're there. Haven't made 65 yet or Social Security yet, but hey, I got my AARP card. But living an active lifestyle. And more seniors are living an active lifestyle. So now you may not be focused on the residents of Sunrise, but what about the folks that the lawyers are working with? When the lawyers are sitting there and putting together the estate plans, living trusts, and all those other documents, and the people that they're working with. So networking with the legal team that's there. Real estate, oh my gosh. If anybody here, hey Doug, if anybody here has ever been a member of any one of these networking groups, you know the foundation of a successful networking group, 9 times out of 10, is going to be that real estate core. Because that's like total money in motion all the time. Now, if you're looking to get in a little bit further with real estate agents and things like that, it may make sense for you to pop in over there. Again, it's free. They got food. They got what he was saying yesterday too. Cocktails, chance to sing, and you know what? You make a dollar, a couple of dollar donation. It's going to the Alzheimer's group, so nothing wrong about that either. So if you're in that Port Washington area, want to get in the car and take a ride, I think is there. The other thing that I had mentioned too, again, let's go with the fact that we're not done, you know. But what about capturing memories? So I had mentioned about the video, doing the video of people, maybe residents, maybe not, but there's a lot of folks. It's not these senior groups that I've run across where they still want to learn and share knowledge with different people that they have. SCORE is a great representation of that. SCORE Group is the Society of Retired Executives. So these are folks, gray hair and all, but have been there, done that. Now they want to share their knowledge out. So that is another indicator too, that the seniors are without a doubt. There's a lot going on. What about you got maybe some travel destinations? That could be something. Another one too. I mentioned about capturing on video, but what about books? What about books? A lot of folks maybe want to put their lifetime memories down in a book or on what my father did. I spoke to him last night. Is that he's collected all of the photos that he's had, and I can't begin to tell you how many. I thought I took photos, and he put them into a digital photo album, and got one for for each of his kids. I got 2 sisters and myself. So I'm getting that. There's business there too. So anybody in the photography business, right? Family photos. So there's a lot of different ways of looking at this, let alone the folks that if you've got a service that you think the Sunrise facilities might be interested in, great opportunity for you to meet the executives. The executives of Sunrise are going to be there. Remember, this is a regional event. This is not just taking place at one of their locations. So you get the regional representatives that will be there also. So it's an opportunity, definitely an opportunity for many of you as that goes along. So that's tonight. And tonight it's October 20th. Let's put a date on this one. All right. It's October 20th. It's 5:30 to 9 o'clock. It's in Port Washington at the hotel. I put the link up for that so you can go and take a look. If by some chance you're listening to this and not seeing those comments, it's Sunrise Senior Living, Singing Off Key, Port Washington, October 20th. Easy enough to do. All right, so that's this evening. Move back a little bit. Pete Scalzo and I, let's go talk racing here a little bit. So there's one more day of racing. That's going to be Saturday, and that's that. One more day of racing for 2022 season. Let's be very clear about that. And then Pete and I were interviewed by Ray at Tower Talk Radio. So that's today at 2:00. That'll be on. It was recorded, so get a chance to be home. Maybe I'll make comments on the whole thing. So Pete did a fine job there. Along with Ray was there. Threw in a couple of comments from time to time, so that's good. Pete's going to be on another radio show next week too, so we'll save that one for next week. It's another one that's recorded, so that'll come out. The racing again final is this weekend. If you've got a car and want to race it this weekend, I think it's sold out. Go to Racetrack Not Street, and you can find that out. If you want to just to attend as a spectator, that's fine. You get tickets at the gate, and they're $25. Now, next year, get an update on that one. Thanks, Doug. I just saw that when I poked over you. Uh, yeah, I got my, I should be in a band with this jacket. That'll be the next thing over the winter. Next year. So it's interesting, and I'll put the link up for this one too, for the whole entire article, and it's a bit of a story that goes along with it. So the town of Riverhead unanimously approved, I think it's 14 different days of racing next year in EPCAL at the Executive Airpark in Calverton on a runway with caveats. The big caveat on that, and this is where you really, really need to read the article, is that the facility is up for sale. So if I guess and read through the article, don't let's not be misquoted over here, but it seems that if no sale takes place between now and then, the racing goes on. If a sale does take place, it'll get renegotiated. It's no longer going to be the town since ownership passed, so it's got to go over on the other side. So it's fluid. We use that one, but it certainly does look good. Like we'll be, the racetrack not straight. We're back racing again next year. So that's I'm sure that's the assumption as that goes along. So that's it. This year, massive success, the way I see it. Massive success. Many of the different media companies down there, that was great. Long Island Business News, Newsday, News 12. I just did a video with the junior dragsters. The local papers, the Riverhead paper was down there also. Plus, LongIsland.com was there. Sam Law was down there. Others, David Kametsky was down there, as well, discussing a few longer term, bigger picture articles, etc. So, hey, you know what? It's good. Sergeant Ayola came up, Beat the Heat medley. That was a beautiful, beautiful day, or night, I should say, on that one event. So you got to look that one up. Beat the Heat Inc. Beat the Heat Inc. Just a great organization. So many possibilities, along the way. People I met, just absolutely incredible. One of the juniors has explained it to me, and about the junior dragster races. And she's in her 20s now. She was doing the junior dragsters with the age of 14. And I was just like, what's the biggest thing you took away from it? You know what her comment was? I really thought it would be something to do with racing or being organized or the thrill, the excitement, the whole thing. And she said it was that family atmosphere, and not even just with her own family, but with everybody else. Everybody was really trying to help everybody out. So call that teamwork, and teamwork bring on her own team, her own efforts with that. You know what? I think that's great. So hey, and that's something to be shared a lot more too, right? We all pull together. We all row that boat in the same direction. Some will get there before others, granted, but we're all going to move forward and make some headway. So that'll be all right. All right, what do we have next? So that would be, let's see, that we got Thursday night. Friday, we take a nap. Saturday, it's out Calverton. Sunday, back to Port Washington. That's right. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation have the Gold Coast Walk. That'll take place. I'm very excited about that. I will be emceeing that walk. Another one you want to attend, great. It's free to attend. Obviously, it's a fundraiser. I mean, let's just flat out. It is, it is a fundraiser. I've been raising money for it. They think the goal there is about $150,000. What the total is, it's too early to tell. We'll see what happens there today. But there's been multiple teams raising funds to help find a cure for Crohn's and colitis. That's something that's impacted our family, which is how I got involved with it, which is how I will stay involved with it. It's how I will continue to stay involved with it. Crohn's and colitis, it's a digestive disease. It's a chronic illness. It's just part of, it's until they find a cure. It's an illness. There's no, they just is with you. It definitely impacts one's lifestyle, how you go about things, how you approach different things, just like every other chronic illness. It's different, it's unique, and everybody's story is unique without a doubt. But all of these things impact people in different ways. And this is part of the reason, without a doubt, it's definitely part of the reason why, I talk about the fact that, if you really want to accomplish something, you got to really want it. And you got to be really willing and able to continue to work toward it, regardless of what's going on. Maybe you do things differently because of what's going on. But if you really want something, you really, really want something. Not I'd like to do, but you want something. You work through different challenges in life, and sometimes an illness is one of those challenges. Other times it's other things that are perhaps self-inflicted. Illnesses, no. Accident could be, okay, that kind of thing. Different partnerships work out, others do, some don't, the rest of that stuff. But we all get stuff thrown at us, without a doubt. And that's where I really think that if you're really fixated on a goal, you'll find a way to get to that goal and deal with the stuff that comes up. Now, of course, the question is, how do you know what goal you really want? Well, it definitely changes from time to time, an overall standpoint, but I do believe that the younger you are when it comes to finding those things that you really like to do or have a natural ability to do, I think that really helps to strengthen the whole thing. Look, we see it. It's crazy though. We see this with sports, right? A Tiger Woods. Oh, he's been playing golf since he was in his, I don't know how young, but single digits. Single digits. Some of these junior drags, Jason Dobry, started, he's 8 years old now. He's been doing it for years. 8 years old. He's been doing it for years. I mean, what kind of a driver do you think he's going to be if he continues to pursue the driving on a professional level? He's going to have massive years of experience by the time he's 18. By the time he's 18, by the time he goes for a regular driver's license, he would have had 10 plus 12 years worth of driving experience. Incredible. And he'll have all kinds of NHRA, National Hot Rod Association licenses if he continues down that path by then. Be interesting. I'd like to see I'd like to see that driver and the guy that's going to do his road test is like, it's like, have you ever driven a car before? Yeah, yes, I have. On that one. But these superstars that we see in various sports, they all start at single ages. And sometimes we hear that about business people. They start in single digit ages, and it's just what they were naturally born to do. So what can we do? We can help those students. Help those students at any age, younger the better, I feel, to help find it out for themselves, not to tell them. Can't tell somebody what you're naturally good at, but to get in front of those students with a wide array of opportunities, a wide array of things that they might find to be exciting. Look, I spoke to a fourth grade class. What are we going to talk about? When you make the most amount of money? Come on, really? I don't think so there. But to talk to them about those things that they are just doing in their free time, some of the things that they would find that they currently find exciting to do, and then kind of explore down the road about different things that might mean from a career standpoint without going crazy on it because they're fourth grade students. But if the schools can continue to give them the opportunities to use those skills and not just take the classes that just, the have to classes have to be there, but make sure those after school, before school programs are available to them. All kinds of vocational programs, all kinds of career programs, different kinds of career days, things like that. For people to go in there and talk about what it is that they do, what it is that they did when they were in that age group. And maybe some of these students will get a chance to see themselves say, oh, you know what? That sounds like fun. I love exploring. What does that mean? I like supporting. What can I do to do that? I like numbers. I don't like numbers. I like the creativity side of it. I'd rather everything very, very finite. I like working with metals, plastics, electrics, wood, any of those kinds of things. Any of those kinds of things. We need to ask these students these kinds of things. And that's where the whole kind of thing kind of falls together, in the fact that, the catalyst I mentioned about the drag racing and how that fits in with the school programs and how the school programs fit in with careers and fits in with, the manufacturing group I've gotten to know and a couple of the aerospace companies I've gotten to know, machinery companies, etc. All fits into the whole thing. It definitely fits in. All right, so that is what is going on. Let's see where we at now. That's Sunday. That's with the Chromes and Colliders walk. Pete's going to be on a radio show. We'll see when that comes up following week. And then I've asked. I'm going to see about having guests on again going forward to talk about their own stories, about things that they're doing, about different ways that we can continue to grow. Because here's the one thing I've certainly found out too. Kind of funny, I guess. It's that the more I've kind of gotten involved in some of these things, the more like a kid I feel. As crazy as that sounds. Camera, picked up the camera. Oh, I want to get to be a better photographer. How do I do it? Well, it was a rainy day. What do? I broke out my Matchbox cars. Yeah, I still have some Matchbox cars. Okay, let's take it easy on that one. I still got some Matchbox cars. I have not opened up my box of Matchbox cars now in, I don't know, a long time. Maybe since my son and I sat down to play with the cars. My son's 27. It's been a long time. Definitely a long time coming for that one. No. But I had a fun time doing it. Set up the cars and I set them up to, look like a big parking lot, maybe a, staging area, things like that. And I started futzing around with the camera to take photos with the different lenses and the different aperture values and things like that. Having a fun time doing it. I'm without a doubt having a fun time doing it. And I think that no matter what it is that we wind up doing, hobby wise, nonprofit wise, even that, right? I'm emceeing the thing for the Crohn's Foundation. All of those things. So not only are they fun, I think not only do they make you kind of feel good when you're giving back, if you want to say that. I always find that one funny too. When you give back to some organization, I think you get just as much as you give, especially if you're having a good time. And you know what? And that's the get. I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm contributing something to an organization, whatever it might be that you could do to contribute to that thing. Does it make you feel good? And if it does make you feel good, that could be just enough. Just enough. And then here's the other thing, of course, what happens when you feel good? You wind up doing other things. You have a little bit more energy. You kind of continue on. You do more. You may not do more with that group, but you may do more with something else. You may go to work and be a little bit more enthusiastic about it because you know that you're going to make the dollars and you're going to do your work there. Maybe you get a compliment, maybe you get a raise, maybe you get a promotion. Then all of a sudden, you get a little bit more money to spend on that nonprofit. Maybe you get an extra day off or something like that for doing your thing or whatever. I don't know. It all depends upon your own situation with that. But it snowballs. Snowballs. And maybe just, hey, and as I've spoken with my wife before, is that can you have one of those Matchbox cars? No, they're mine. Hey, I'm still possessive of my Matchbox cars. Matchbox and Johnny Lightning. Let's not forget the Johnny Lightning cars too, right? If we want to go back in history. Oh, and I met, what time is it? 25 minutes. I can't tell you. Maybe I met, well, let's just go with this. Let's just stay with the momentum thing, right? Let's just kind of stay focused a little bit more so. So even you with hack things a little bit different. You feel a little bit better about yourself. Discussing with my wife about raking the leaves. I like raking the leaves. Is it stupid? I don't know. It's a sense of accomplishment. Get a little exercise, get a little air, doing that whole thing. Get outside. Will I do the final cleanup? Probably not. But in the meantime, do that whole thing and do some work or, around the house, kind of thing. But the energy from one thing flows into the energy of something else. So no matter how much you give to an organization, now how much you are helping out somebody else, you're supporting and the rest of that stuff, there's always something that you take back. Always. And in many situations, Sometimes it's that smile that you put on someone's face because you've helped out, made something a little bit better, looked at something a little bit different in the way that they look at things. You add a little something to it. You put a smile on their face. And when you do that, you end up putting a smile on your own face. So if they smile, then you smile. What are you going to do with that smile? You might pass along to somebody else. Whole lot of smiling going on here. Whole lot of accomplishments. You want to make this world a better place? We're going to put that smile on, put that feeling of accomplishment on, feel it, put that energy level up with our students, our next generation. So when they go looking for jobs, they do something a little bit better than looking for jobs. They go looking for careers. They go looking for careers that they really have an interest in because they really have an interest in those industries. Just like Jason with the driving, if he continues on with it. And I give it to somebody else. How about Justin Ashley, Top Fuel dragster driver. Top Fuel started in juniors. He pursued the racing side of it. Years and years and years of experience before he got to Top Fuel. 330 miles an hour going down a quarter-mile drag strip. Not Galveston. That was an eighth mile. It's, bigger tracks and things like that. Whole different world. But he had years and years of experience. He started at a young age and he was able to do it. He's attacking this thing because he really loves it. And he's successful in it because he really loves it. If we could put that into our students and they could go into business and they could become employees or employers or self-employed or solo entrepreneurs or whatever you want to call it. And they could do that because they really love whatever it is that they do, and they make hugely successful businesses out of it. And then they employ people or they create new products, and maybe they fix some of the issues that are out there, be it the social issues, they go into, be an elected official, be it some of our infrastructure issues, be it some of our technology issues, be it anything. That, my friends, is unbelievable. And that will put a smile on absolutely everybody's face across the board, because there's so many things that we can accomplish going forward. Last thought on this one when it comes to that going forward kind of a thing. So where are we at right now? It's 2022. Where do you think we're going to be in 100 years? Besides not here. You're really special. But where do you think what do you think society is going to be like in another 100 years? Heck, you can even go 50 years or 20 years, even 10 years. It's going to be a lot different. A lot of changes always take place. Look back in history. In 1922, then 1932, 42, 52, 62, 72, 82, 92, 2002, 12, and 22. How many advances took place in every one of those decades? How many people do you think said, that's crazy? And then it happened. Somebody had to come up with those crazy ideas. Somebody looked at things differently. It's always the next generation. Let's empower our students to go and do that. So in all of these things, what does it mean? It means that we can continue to grow and we lead by example. Because if we do something and we put a smile on someone's face, it puts a smile on our face, and we need to pass that along too. Let it get down to the next generation. Our next generation of business owners, elected officials, folks that are going to help us all move forward. That's what we need to do. Whatever event you attend, however you approach it. That is why you need to speak well, speak often, and live inspired, because you will inspire somebody else to do the same because they are watching. Have an absolutely incredible day. We'll post up the radio show at 2 o'clock. Unless you're in Nassau County, you could actually listen to it. If not, we'll post it online. You can listen online. All right. Have a great day. Great weekend. If you go tonight, enjoy this weekend. Maybe we'll see you at one of those events. If anything else, speak well. All right. Let's go with a little music over here. Can I have one of those Matchbox cars? What a crazy thought that is. All right. Here we go. Let's bring back the tomato. Let me see if we can find a Matchbox coffee to take a look at here. There you go. How about that for a Matchbox car? That's a real one now. There's a store behind that car as well. All right, there you go. I'm out of here. Take care, folks.